Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
What the hell's going on, everybody? It's here. It's happening, man. The return of Rock and Soul Radio Show. God damn it, we're back. It's been a long time, man, and it feels good to be here. We got Brian from Swing of the Sky. He's going to finish up some shit. I actually just talked to him. He's finishing up some stuff at work. And then he's going to jump on here, man. We're going to talk about, just life, music, and things that happen. I'm going to bring on my brother from another mother, Jags, from Sound Injection with me. What's going on, homie?
What up? How are you?
We're here. The fucking Redneck Metal Mafia, the epic return. Here we are, man. Hellfire Radio, Hellfire Entertainment Media Group, Rock Soul Radio Show, and all the other great shows, Sound Injection, everything else that comes along with it, man. We're doing a lot of really big shit. And to bring Rock and Soul Radio Show back was a long thought out decision that Jags can kind of walk you through with me. How all this shit came about. I did a live on the Rock and Soul page a couple weeks ago before I went on to Sound Injection to fill in for you. And I was letting everybody know that it wasn't really the downfall per se of Rock and Soul Radio Show. It was a pull the fucking plug. We just pulled the fucking plug. We disappeared. We just did that. A lot of different things happened. That kind of led to that. Life happens and you have to do different shit, right, to get to where we're at. But Jags, the whole thing about bringing Rock and Soul Radio Show back is that there's so much to talk about in music right now. There's so much shit happening that, it's almost time. You and Derek came and said, it's time. It's time to bring this thing back and get Big Will back out here talking shit because the music world needs it. I looked around and I said to myself, you're right. I can get back to doing this thing and not go so hard at it. You know what I mean? We've all done this shit for, I won't say a living, but we've lived to do this shit. And it has taken a toll on a lot of things around us. But like any other entertainment industry, Jax, you can agree because you've been on a bunch of different sides of it.
Yeah.
That it's a fucking sacrifice, man. And the reward is not always financial. You know what I mean? It's just not that. But to me, it's about this show has and still and always will represent two things: community and fucking music. That's it. We don't got no time for fucking political bullshit. We don't got no time. I don't give a fuck about talking about the Olympics unless air guitar's in that motherfucker and you know, maybe some beer drinking or something. You know what I mean? It's just not.
I mean, they got supposedly I heard they were going to add pole dancing at some point, so why not beer drinking? Because I mean, goddamn.
Well, if they add pole dancing to the Olympics, we might talk about the Olympics on Rock and Soul Radio Show. You know, I'm just saying.
I just heard that was a rumor. I definitely will not be watching. Y'all can watch and let me know what happens. But
there's and you know, even though we've been gone and they're there for a while, you know, Jax, you took a hiatus as well and brought yourself back, rebranded, and so it's just time. And so we come back together and we're bigger and stronger than ever.
Yeah, I mean, I was gone for almost 4 years. Almost.
Wow.
Almost. I mean, this October, it was last October when Hellfire came back full force and we launched the first. I mean, we had podcasts that were still going over those 4 years, but I wasn't included on any of them and I wasn't a part of it. So when we regained control in last October, then we went ahead and start launching all the actual Hellfire shows instead of like, because we've got a lot of different partners like Toking with the Dead and the Dorkening podcast.
Look who's in here with us.
I don't know who the fuck is in here.
It's Brian from Scream at the Sky. Let's get him in here. Brian, what's up, brother?
Cheers, dudes. What's up? How are y'all?
How you doing? You know, I don't know if you've ever met my partner out there on the road or not before, man, but this is Jags DeVille, host of Sound Injection. I don't know if you can say who you formerly were or not, but it's Rock Soul Radio Show. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
You can tell them who I was. I don't give a shit.
Formerly Scoops the Clown.
Oh, okay.
And so he's came back and rebranded. So I had him jump in here with me because, you know, coming back, I wanted to make sure that everything was smooth and shit like that. But the reason why I wanted you to come on this show as the official return of Rock and Soul Radio Show, and I said this in a live a while back, and I don't know if
he loves you. He secretly loves you.
I really do. It's the blue fucking dreads, man. It gets me every time. So I met you guys. We did a little tour together down south, and I met you guys, and I'll never forget the first time I met you because everybody was like, oh, you got to meet Brian. You got to meet Brian. You got to meet Brian. And I was like, where the fuck's Brian? Like, who's this Brian guy? Like, everybody else is in the venue. Brian's nowhere to be found. Here comes fucking Brian. And I'm sitting there. I'm actually at the bar and I'm getting some water to take on stage with me. And he comes in and he's got, if I remember right, he's either got a bottle of something or a beer in one hand and a blunt in the other. And he comes up to me, he says, you Big Will? And I said, yeah. He looks at me and he says, I'm fucking crazier than you are. I'm the craziest motherfucker you've ever met. And I said, we're going to get along fucking great. We're going to have fun on this tour, right? So, you know, we became friends. We stayed in touch. And his band Scream at the Sky out of Texas, man, since that tour has just fucking blown up. I mean, whatever you guys did and do is a true testament of what work ethic gets you in this business, and it's not a fast payoff.
I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Scream at the Sky was supposed to do that tour that I was on with the Killer's Confession, and they somehow, what the fuck is going on with the balloons? Anyway,
we got balloons.
I don't know. There's some shit with the Mac computer when you do certain shit with your hands, it'll fucking like do stupid shit. I don't.
It automatically thought it was Will's birthday, so it just put out some.
I think you guys were actually supposed to do a tour, and I was on that tour, and you guys ended up not being able to do it, which was the End of Days tour several years ago. God damn it. What is up with these balloons?
So we've done some stuff with Killer's Confession, and We were supposed to do the tour, but I think another band ended up getting chosen to do it. So basically, what I had done, I went to every venue in the Texas area, and we kind of got on some of the shows, and went, without a buy on or anything like that. We just kind of played a couple of the shows, but we did select Texas dates with Killer's Confession before, maybe before your time.
Yeah, there was a tour that I'm almost positive that you guys were supposed to be on, because it was like it was David Ellefson's side project band, Ellefson. It was Saliva, The Crown, Killer's Confession, Edge of Destiny, Pigweed, and there was a few others that were on that tour. And I'm almost positive that you guys were either trying to get on it or supposed to be on it.
That sounds exactly right. We try to do a lot of things, and we try to get on as many shows and as many tours as we can, but we're just some underdog country boys from the woods, and sometimes we get surpassed by quite a few people, actually, but we're one of the hardest working bands out there when it comes down to it.
You're in Denver, though, now, right?
I actually just moved to Rye, Colorado, right outside of Pueblo. My bass player's from here, so it really doesn't change our band at all either, because our drummer's from Houston, and we were flying Bundy, our bass player, from Pueblo back down. So now 2 of us are from Colorado now.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll actually be in your state in like 3 weeks.
Sick.
Because my wife lives in Denver. And we're having to like do some flying back and forth before she moves here to South Carolina. So I'm gonna hit your ass up whenever I'm in Denver.
Come on down here, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jags, if you fuck around and get mixed up with Brian, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to have the fucking time of your life. You're probably going to steal a tour bus from a party bus from a venue owner and go cruise around a town that you are not familiar with. Get kicked out of a fucking bar. And all good shit.
I mean, I did get kicked out of a bar a couple of times with Paul Crosby from Saliva. So, I mean,
That's a possibility.
It's like we haven't done it.
I like to start every night with anything is possible.
That scares me, dude. That scares me. But the significance of having you on here with me, man, to bring it back is because, like we were just talking about before you came on, obviously I took a hiatus and all that stuff. And we had talked about, how much we work and how much we put into our craft. And to see Scream at the Sky doing what Scream at the Sky is doing, I mean, you guys have went on and done some really big shit. And up till recently, you guys did a run with Skin Lab, which is not only really good friends of mine, but one of my favorite bands of all fucking time. And to see those guys back out, to see Steve and everybody back out, man, is awesome. And to see you guys out there so closely aligned with them that you guys are getting to that next level. But what I really want to talk to you about, man, is the music and what Scream at the Sky represents, because it's fair to say through your music writing, and I know you on a personal level, but not enough to throw your business out there, but it's fair to say through your songwriting that you haven't lived the most lavishes of fucking life, what I mean? So you've came from a lot of struggle, and you've came from a lot of fucking heartache, and you came from a lot of just, God damn it, man, I'm going to put everything I have into these fucking 4 or 6 strings around my fucking neck, and I'm going to go like hell doing it. And your lyrics, it's heavy music with a fucking message, man. And so that's one thing that I really want to touch on, is that Scream at the Sky is yeah, it's a heavy band. It's a rock band, man. Like you said, you're a bunch of country boys that like to drink beer and play heavy music. But when you see Scream at the Sky, or when you hear Scream at the Sky, it's more of an experience, man. It's almost like a journey through a bunch of different fucking emotions, man. So tell me about the things that have developed you into the songwriter that you are.
Well, I mean, I try to write every music with a little bit of feeling, for one. And we incorporate, we can hang with the heaviest of metal bands, but I try to incorporate lots of different things in my life that gave me feeling as a musician, like punk rock. And, I grew up in the 90s where it was like techno and dance music, and everybody was doing drugs and dancing at raves. And so I like to incorporate like the techno and stuff and the atmospherical style sounds and samples. So they give you a feeling and emotion. They make you feel. And music's supposed to make you feel. And even if you can't relate to like a certain lyrics, the music itself should have some kind of emotion and putting in there. But yeah, I mean, I grew up as a poor boy my whole life. I lived in a little town called Montgomery, Texas, and everything I had to do, I worked for my whole life. I started working when I was 15. So the only thing I know how to do is hard work ethic and work. And then I started playing music that early, and I just never looked back once I started writing original music. And I felt the emotion of original music and how people were like saying what they wanted to say when they wanted to say it with music and stuff like that. So I incorporate all of those kind of things into music and making music. And that's how I write music with Scream at the Sky. But, the number one thing with Scream at the Sky is we promote positivity and positive lyrics, positive lifestyle. We've all been through struggles. We've ate shit sandwiches our whole goddamn life. So we pretty much, that's why I write music the way I write music, for feeling. So one, you can turn that frown right upside down and enjoy a Scream at the Sky show. And two, it kicks you right in the butt where it's like, damn, them dudes had something to say. And after that show, you feel like smiling and having a better day. And maybe the next morning you wake up and you feel like you want to be a champion or something like that. That's why I write music the way I write music.
And it comes together because the band of people that you have with you also, they accentuate that. So all those guys are putting that same energy into the song. And not only that, I mean, I've been stuck in a fucking venue with you where there was literally 30 or 40 fucking people there. And you guys came out on the fucking stage and you guys performed like there was fucking 10,000 people in there.
Yeah,
and
we do that for every show. We've had plenty of bands come out and they've been touring 20 years and been awesome. And they're like, oh, there's nobody here, and come out and give you a terrible performance. You will never see that with Scream at the Sky. I will straight up yell at any of my dudes that stand there like Sally. We run a tight camp. We're all on the same page. We know to bring it every night because we never know who's watching, and that's the only way we know how to do it now. Like I don't know if I could just get up there and stand there and be like, all right, guys, let's play a show. I want to sit here and just be quiet and lame. I don't know if I could ever do that. Like I learned to go hard from day one, and I've been going hard ever since.
And I mean, it's true. But, you think about that run we went on, that wasn't that long ago, man. That was like 2019, right before the pandemic. And so that was a good run. It was us and you guys and Pigweed and Silent Theory, I believe, and 3DR joined a couple shows out of Kentucky, and it was a good little intimate run. But what I noticed out of Scream at the Sky was, and we talked about this, I said, dude, just fucking stick with it, because we were talking out in front of your bus, and you're like, man, I'm getting old. I said, man, stick with it, bro. The best is yet to come for you. You have no fucking idea what's coming just because of what I've seen. Just from the time that I was out with you guys. And then fast forward to now and what the fuck you guys are doing, man. You guys are playing with some of the greatest fucking metal bands to ever come out. You know what I mean? So,
and let me say this. We're still to this day a complete do-it-yourself band. We have no managers, no labels, no booking agents, nothing. We do everything ourselves still 100%.
You know why that's smart business? Because 100% of the money's yours.
That's how us small guys are able to do it. Cash money, baby, and keep rolling.
Right.
Like that's how we're able to keep the overhead down and us staying on the road.
Now I've been following you guys still for quite a while, and I know you were on one run where you had a wheel bearing or something detonate on your fucking bus, and I would almost venture to say that you were the one elected to fix that on the side of the road.
That's my whole life. I've been a mechanic 18 years. Any bus I work or drive for or I go out with, it's always, Brian, we need you to fix something. And it's always like, and I'm a firm, like, nobody's going to come fix it for us unless it costs money. And when you're like in our boat, halftime, we don't got the money to just put out a couple grand to fix something. So we fix it on the side of the road and keep going.
and make the next show. You know, I mean, that's the thing is like no shows got canceled because the fucking bus broke down.
That's right.
And that's the kind of work ethic that I believe that bands need to have these days, especially with all of the shit that you have around you that works for you, but also works against you. I mean, now fast forward to now where everybody's bitching about Spotify and all this, that, and the other stuff where, we need to unionize against it because, we're not getting paid what we should be. And I understand that from an artist standpoint. I understand wanting to get paid for your work. But if we start fighting that battle now, all it's going to do is fuck up everything from the past that got us to where we're at now. Gone are the Doc McGee, Motley Crue money days. We can all fucking agree to that. That's never going to happen again.
Half these people just don't get it, man. They bitch and complain about all this streaming and all this stuff. There's so many different battles you could fight in here and find corruptness and hatred and this sucks and that sucks with other problems besides streaming services and stuff. I believe that if some of these people focus their attention on other things, we could win a lot more bigger battles besides a streaming service taking money from us or anything like that. I think there's a lot more battles that need to be fought in this music industry before we worry about little things like that,
And that's the whole point of Rock Assault Radio Show coming back. I'm going to expose this shit. I'm going to talk shit about it, and I'm probably going to piss some people off. I really don't give a shit. It's because
that's a free world, bud. You can say whatever you want whenever you want.
And the greatest thing about this show, what this show is known for, is I'm the guy that will come on the internet or come on the airwaves and say what everybody else is thinking, but no one else has the balls to say.
Yeah, sometimes there's got to be people like that in this world, but you got to speak your mind, say what you got to say. Some people are going to be offended. You can't please everybody, but if you got something to say and you stand behind it, kind of like Scream at the Sky. Sometimes I got something to say and I put it out there. There's people out there that will believe in what you do and how you do it. Like I said, not everybody's the same. Not everybody believes what you do and how you do it, but somebody's got to say it sometimes. And there's always going to be a villain, and there's always going to be a hero. But it's just how history was made.
Sometimes you can be both.
Right. Yeah. I mean, totally, absolutely. You can be a hero or a villain. Like I said, there's plenty of them that convert from Star Wars from the light side to the dark side and stuff like that.
Don't get me started on Star Wars. We'll be here all goddamn night.
Yeah, you just opened up a
Star Wars fan.
Like, stop. This episode's over. This is a Star Wars nerd.
We're out of fucking time.
And out of time.
So Scream at the Sky, man. Tell me about since the last time I've seen you guys and what all things. Let's talk about the pandemic, man, for a minute, because you guys seem to have worked hard enough through that to come out on the top side of that. What things did you guys come together and say, hey, listen, we're at a complete fucking standstill right now, but we have to stay relevant. What did you guys come together and do that was different than everybody else?
So the thing was when I created the band in 2018, I had started marketing and putting shirts out and driving and working for bands and stuff like that. And we didn't play our first show till February of 2020. And once we got out there and started doing that, instantly the pandemic hit. And they were like, cool, man, you got to close down your business. That's it. No touring, no playing music, no nothing. I said, hell fucking no, dude. Like, no way I'm going to start a brand new band and now we can't do anything. Like, good luck. Y'all can't play shows. Y'all can't do nothing. So we started looking around and calling places, and we started playing house parties. We started playing like small little get-togethers. We would play almost anywhere when we first started Scream at the Sky. And throughout 2020, we did over 100 shows across the USA, playing shows.
And that's in the middle of a global fucking pandemic.
Yeah, we just started like calling around and asking people. We'd have to state skip. Yeah, we had some long drives and stuff like that, but I just couldn't see starting a band and being like, that's it. Sorry, guys, we're not going to play another show for like 2 or 3 years. We wouldn't be nowhere where we are now if we just nailed down and said, all right, cool, that's the end. I wouldn't allow that. And once again, some people loved it. Some people hated it. Some people tried to fry us and burn us at the stake because of shit. And I was just like, dude, we took all the punches and all the hits that we could doing it. And we just pushed on through. And the thing was is that we had enough people and enough bigger artists in this world that believed in what we do because of our work ethic. Because me and Bundy both work for a ton of bands throughout there, the music industry, that people believed in what we did. So they were like, "Whoa, these dudes ain't half bad. We can't hate them because they come in and they throw down and they're the nicest guys ever." So like, all right, cool. We forget about the pandemic and keep playing music, and that's what we did. We just played. And now here we are 4 years later since we created the band, and we've probably done 400 plus shows across the USA and played every state in the USA except for Hawaii and Alaska. And, you know, it takes bands 10 years to get to that point. It takes, you know, businesses 5 years before they become a full-blown business and before they see any kind of profit or do anything. And here we are at year 4, and we can honestly say that we've never lost on a tour. We've always either broke even or made enough profit to afford our tour and what we've done and how we've done it. And like a lot of bands really can't say that anymore. Like I said, we only play our hometown a couple times a year, and we could have just played. We could have played every weekend in our hometown like a lot of bands do and oversaturate their market. But I was like, nah, we're going to be an experience. We want to be people. We want people to come see us for who we are, and we want them to come see us. So we just, all through that, we just made an experience out of the band instead of like, hey, I'm going to go see a metal show. I can tell you this right now. We are not a metal band. We are an all kinds of band. We are a multi-genre band. We are a heavy rock industrial band. We are a punk industrial band. We write music for all different styles and genres. I mean, but we can hang with the heaviest of the metal bands, as you already know. We can scream with the best of them. But we created it so that we could play with lighter rock bands, or we could go play with industrial dance bands, or we could get into other industries like the hip hop industry and stuff like that. And scream. That's why Scream at the Sky, I think, was able to navigate this tough road that musicians go down through the last 4 years and be where we are today, is because of the multi different styles and plus the work ethic, and to say, hey, we're not going to just give up because somebody said to give up. We just push through. And then now we have a loyal fan base that's insane, that people just love Scream at the Sky for who we are and what we are. And we're proud to have that, you know?
And that's a staple of work ethic, you know? So basically my recap of that as far as a host would be is basically what he said there is that when the world told them that they had to stop, they all looked at each other and said, ain't nobody putting a fucking cap on us. We're going to agree to be able to cross market our band in different markets. We're going to appeal to different shit. We're going to stay true to ourselves and our message. And Brian, you go out and you work, 10, 12 hours a day swapping motors, and then you come home, you take a shower, and you're instantly in your garage printing shirts for your band. You know, I mean, you're always working. If you're not writing, you're working for the band or to support the band or something like that.
There's people that go home every day at 5 o'clock after their job. They take a shower, eat dinner, and they go to bed. And that's their day. They've got wake up, work. They do the continuous cycle every day. My cycle consists of multi-different thinking, always doing stuff. Like I said, working all morning, even getting up early in the morning. Sometimes when I feel the most inspired to write music, I wake up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll go straight in the studio and I'll write music till 7, 8 a.m., drink coffee, and then go turn wrenches, come home. I've spent many a late nights, staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning, 12 o'clock, 1, 2 in the morning. Yeah, they suck. I mean, who doesn't want to sleep out 8 hours a day? But I know that nobody else is going to do any of this for me. So me and my guys spend countless hours into the late night after hours to continue to make this project grow and continue to go. Most people don't have the mindset to do that. If they made an extra step every day, I'm going to stay up till 11 o'clock tonight. I'm going to spend 1 hour on my band, whether it's be networking, marketing, social media, making some kind of content, writing music. They would see a significant difference in their band every day if they just put a couple hours every day extra into whatever that you're trying to do. If you're an artist, draw for 2 extra hours a day. If you're like, I want to become a screen printer, screen print all night until you're badass at it. You have, it's a mindset point at that point.
No, me and him have a lot in fucking common.
all three of us. I mean, all three of us in this room right now are a statement of that. Of just
the same shit. Like, I work my fucking day job. I spend time with my fucking wife. I did screen printing. I fucking run a damn company. I'm in a damn band. Like, I know exactly what the fuck you're doing, and it's intense, but I don't think, and I don't know if you're like this or not, like, I don't think I could function just doing the job, going home and being mundane. Like,
I'd go insane. I would just straight up go insane if I did the same thing every day. And I think that's pretty much what they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and
expect
over.
a different result.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I don't think like that. I'm like, bro, you better get up in the morning and go write the next hit. Or, bro, you better get up and go print those T-shirts, because if you ain't got T-shirts to sell, then you ain't going to make no money. And then if you ain't making no money, we all fail. And we don't fail. We can't fail. That's why I just keep saying that in my head, like over and over. Anxiety, hypochondriac in my head, like, you're not going to fail, Brian. You can't fail. It's not allowed. You have to keep going. You must get up. Like, I mean, that it's a mindset, man. It's a really crazy mindset at that.
I still remember the days of fucking getting ready to go on tour and talking to this motherfucker over here and being in a damn print shop in the middle of Kansas, fucking printing my own damn shit, getting fucking ready to go on tour and just back and forth, and not fucking stopping. And I do the same shit, and he does the same shit, and we all do the same shit every single fucking day.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, but that's what it takes, though. I mean, and that's what I'm gonna come back out and I'm gonna call upon the fucking weak, man, because before we shut down and before the fucking pandemic, I told people, listen, this shit's coming. If you play your cards right for the first time in music fucking history, the independent artist will be on the exact same playing field as the nationals. So if you play your cards fucking right throughout all of this, you're going to come out ahead. Trust me, listen to me. What the fuck do I know? I'm just Big Will from Rock Assault Radio Show. Not that I've ever played in a fucking band before and been on tours and this, that, and the other thing and done all that shit. Who gives a fuck, right? Nobody wants to listen to the fucking truth, because you actually got to put some thought and effort into it.
Yeah, but like you said, it's sometimes you have to find a niche before a niche is created, and or you have to find a break in the pattern and say, all right, well, right here, this is, like you said, soak up that extra time, and the small underground band can be as big as the other bands if they just put into the time and the effort, and they did it. Like, that's all we did. We just put 3 years into it as hard as we could when nobody else was doing it, so that we could make a name for ourselves. And here we are now. Some people think we're a giant band that's super huge, but we're just still a small town band that complete do it yourself. And like, I don't know, with today's markets, and if you just went through in the time when there was nobody else doing it, I mean, it wasn't that hard to do what we did. We just went out and did it. Like that mindset, man.
That's it. I think we need to take a commercial break, don't we?
Yep. I got you.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yep.
Hey, we need fucking balloons when we come back.
Yeah, wave your hands, bud. Wave those hands. We got to see the balloons. Oh, he's disappearing into the techno lasers.
I couldn't handle that. And we are back, man. Rock Assault Radio Show. God damn, it feels good to be back, dude. It really does. To have my people with me, man. Jags, Brian from Scream of the Sky, man. Great. If you missed that last segment, you missed something fucking great. We were talking about work ethic and what it translates to. I'm going to give Brian some more time, but before this, I want to say this just because I'm one of those guys that say what I think. That last commercial that you seen was super badass, right? Like it makes you want to travel. But the whole time I'm thinking to myself, where's the girls in bikinis?
Look, okay, so Southern Oasis Travel is one of our sponsors, and my dad owns that company. If my dad put fucking goddamn girls in bikinis, my mom would skin his ass alive. I'm just saying.
Well, can we
make
make a version for Rock and Soul Radio Show that has boobies in it?
So if I make the commercials with a bunch of girls in bikinis, she don't want
Did a commercial for the show, please.
Right. Well, we have that disclaimer that, hey, there's going to be some shit talking going on this show. So if your kids are watching, you might want to let them know, hey. But no, that's and thanks to Southern Oasis, man, for sponsoring us and everybody else that sponsors. Rock Salt Radio Show is actually sponsored by Trav's Barbecue, Nationwide Barbecue Catering. Does phenomenal. I like to fucking eat, man, and it's just phenomenal fucking food, man. So got to give him a shout out, man, because he's really helped me bring all this together and get to where we're at today. Brian, let's talk a little bit. Okay, so we've kind of talked about Scream at the Sky and what's happening there and what you guys have been doing up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a little bit of time and let's talk about the future of Scream at the Sky, because I do see that no matter how big you guys get, no matter how much you're touring, and you put it out there, you're public about it. Like, I'm not going to stop until this is what I do full time for a fucking living. Like, I don't want to do anything. I believe that you're always going to remain a DIY kind of guy. You're never going to buy into a record label. You're never going to buy into fucking management. You're never going to buy, because you've made all these contacts across the country. You don't need it. So what does the future look like for Scream at the Sky right now? Is there things that you can talk about? Is there a full-length album coming out? Is there more tours coming up?
Yeah, dude, we're always shooting for the stars. Let's say that first off. We would love to have a good agent or somebody represent us as far as, helping with the booking. It would be great to have somebody to help plug dates, take a little load off of me, stuff like that, so I can focus more on being just a musician and not so much a everything guy. I still will do a lot of stuff. That's why I kind of myself, I venture off and play for other bands and little stuff like that, so that when I can touch into the industry and learn some of the things that I don't want to do and what I want to do. But Scream at the Sky, we just actually released a full-length album back March 25th. It's called Stand For Ourselves. It's our very first full-length. We have 2 EPs out already before that, but this was our first full-length. And I know in today's age, most bands don't drop full-length albums anymore. They drop lots of singles, lots of videos, single video. We did that for our whole first 3 years. And as a band, we were like, you know what? Our fans deserve at least one full-length album. And I'm always writing new music, so we're definitely looking to drop plenty of music this year, towards the end of this year and the beginning of next year. We're at a point where we've grown enough as a band where we don't have to tour as much as we have been. For 4 years, we've done over 100 to 150 shows a year as a band for 4 years. And actually, this is one of our slowest years we've ever done. We've already been to the East Coast and back this year. We did the tour with Skin Lab. We did a tour with Lydia Can't Breathe at the beginning of this year. So we're always looking, but we're at a point now where we want to kind of go out and try to find some big guys to go out with. Skin Lab was a great tour. Steve has always taught me as a musician when I first met him 15 years ago. He said, real rock stars have day jobs. And that's something that I still live by to this day. But we want to try to shoot with some of these big dogs, some more festivals, some more stuff. I think we've went out there and stomped and imprinted our name enough in people's heads. There's one thing you can say about Scream at the Sky. If you haven't heard us, you could damn well say that you've seen our stickers somewhere across this whole country. And like I said, we give our fans stickers. We constantly give out free stickers and sticker everything. But we're Scream at the Sky. We're playing The Gathering this year. We leave for that in like 2 weeks. I've been a fan of ICP and the Juggalos and their work ethic. And like I said, I get a lot of my business work ethic from stuff that they've done throughout their.
I've got so many fucking friends playing that damn shit. It's ridiculous.
I know it's kind of crazy that we're not gonna fucking be there. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to think.
I was supposed to be there, but it's not gonna pan out.
No, because then you went and got married and shit. You can't do no more.
I did. I got married last week. I got married last weekend, and we're working on getting her here. So there's a lot of expenses that get from moving somebody all the way from Denver, Colorado, all the way to South Carolina.
That ain't no shit. That ain't like you're moving down the street, bro. You're literally changing regions of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see our time schedule, because like she's 2 hours behind me, and like my ass is up at like fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like 5 a.m. for her time, and I'll see her wake up and like, really.
No, but congratulations, man. You know your wife is super awesome, man, and I'm more than fucking proud of you. But you know, Scream at the Sky is I see you guys opening that door to these bigger festivals. And when I talk about bigger festivals, I'm talking about shit like Rock on the Range and shit like that. That's the kind of festival that I see Scream at the Sky being very marketable at, because of all of the different genres of music that are there on that big stage for those 2 or 3 days is so all over the place. It's not just, you know, of course, Slipknot's.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're starting to spread out, because it's like whenever I first started working in radio, one of the very first festivals I ever worked was Welcome to Rockville. And of course, that was when it was in Jacksonville before they moved it to Daytona. Mm-hmm. And at that time, it was just straight up metal. But over the years, now you see Yellow Wolf on there, Jelly Roll has been there, Tech Nine has been there. And I'm seeing some of these smaller bands, and like one of the bands that really impressed me, and I met them years ago, and I didn't know who the fuck they were. Nobody knew who they were at the time. So I wanted to go see Whitechapel, because at the time, Whitechapel was one of my favorite bands, still is.
I was going to say, at the time, your ass, Whitechapel.
Yeah, still is. So I'm like, I'm going to go see Whitechapel, where there was this band playing before. And the one thing that impressed me is, like, after they were done playing, which they were an amazing band on stage, they got off stage, came around the front, and started handing out fucking CDs and stickers for free to every single motherfucker that they could talk to, crawled over the barrier, and was, like, hanging out, taking pictures, shaking hands, whatever they could do. And that was Gemini Syndrome. That did that way before they became what they are now.
Mm-hmm.
I was very impressed by that, and listening to him talk about what they do and how they do it, it reminds me of that. And there's not a lot of bands that do that. I've even seen little bands with like 200 followers on Facebook charging $200 for VIP meet and greets, and they only got 200 fans on fucking Facebook, and they're acting like they're the biggest thing because they tried to do this whole smoke and mirrors thing. And to me, back in the day, the smoke and mirrors thing, sure, it worked back in the day. But now,
about 89,
that shit does not fucking work. It doesn't, because everybody's going to see you as some arrogant fuckwad, and they're not going to want anything to do with you. They're like, fuck this shit. You got this band who's acting like they're goddamn fucking Slipknot, and then you got this band that's like literally walking around the crowd, fucking taking pictures with everybody, talking with everybody, doing everything they can. That's a band.
And no matter how you slice and dice it, stream, people still want tangible shit from a show other than a fucking t-shirt. People still want a fucking CD, man.
They want memories.
You know what I mean?
They want memories from a show. They want memories from people. They want stuff they can tell their friends. One time I met this guy, or one time I talked to this guy, or they want memories of it. Or one time this dude broke his guitar right in front of me, kind of thing. You know, like that's the stuff they're going to remember forever. It's any piece of merchandise. It's not any kind of, it's more of a memory. It's a, you know, a sensual thing, a touch and feel kind of thing. Sometimes that's what people remember forever.
And I mean, I've got two, like my two memories that I remember of two bands that did that for me. I remember going in, and it was when fucking Avatar was just starting to blow up over here. And I had an Avatar shirt on, and because I found out who they were through YouTube and all that shit. And I was in the VIP area. Well, they were in the VIP area and they seen my shirt and walked over to me. Every damn one of them talked to me, took pictures with me, drank with me, fucking ate with me, everything, just because I had their fucking shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was the next year, I actually got into a really bad car accident and I had to have complete reconstructive surgery on my left arm. So I was sitting there fucking casted up against the fence watching, actually I was watching Gojira. And I get this fucking tap on the shoulder and I turn around and it's Johnny from Nothing More.
Oh,
and he was like, man, you good? What happened? And I was like, holy shit, this dude's fucking talking to me right now. This is fucking Nothing More. And he was like, man, get the fuck out of there, man. You're going to get hurt. And fucking pulls me into the damn sound booth. And I was like, dude, I literally came to see your band because I fucking loved your band.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, man, I got something for you for that fucking pain. And rolls one up and fucking hands it to me. And we sit there watch Gojira and Amon Amarth after that together. And he sat there and hung out. And it's like shit like that. People don't forget that. They don't ever forget that.
I like to go out and say this. I would love to tour with Nothing More and go out with them. That's one of my favorite bands to this day.
One of mine. I fucking love them.
I would love
that's
to
a call out on Rock and Soul Radio Show, man. Nothing More. Take them out, man. You won't be disappointed. These guys work their asses off, and they will. They will
shout out
give a good
Nothing
show.
More, San Antonio, Texas. The old Houston boys from Houston, Scream at the Sky, would love to go tour with Nothing More one day. That would be like a dream come true. Also,
I still remember seeing them because the first time I ever seen them again was at Welcome to Rockville, and it was a stage that just had a bunch of question marks. It didn't even have who they were. And so I was like, I'm sitting there looking at all the bands, and I'm like, I've seen this band, I've seen that band a shit ton of times, but this is a fucking question mark band, so I'm gonna go look. So I go watch them, and they just blew my mind. And like when they had the fucking elevating drums that fucking Johnny's playing while fucking singing and shit, and like just the shit they were doing, it just blew me the fuck away.
Yeah, once again, right there, that's called an experience or a stage show. That's not just seeing a band anymore, and that's what you get with Scream at the Sky, some kind of experience. Like I said, you're not going to just sit there and be like, oh, man, what's happening? These guys are cool, but they ain't got nothing going on. That's the kind of experience I'm trying to get to myself as far as being like that big, putting out like lights and lasers and mechanical stuff going on and shit blowing up and fire. And like, I mean, I would love to do some kind of straight stadium show like them. I would love to see Nothing More in a stadium show, super huge with just like all kind of crazy stuff going on, man. That would be amazing. Man.
I mean, I got lucky. And once we were done, I was hanging out with him. He was like, dude, you want to sit side stage for our show? And they literally took me to the back. And I got to sit side stage for fucking Nothing More and watch them. And it was fucking amazing. But they were some of the coolest guys I've ever met. And being in radio, I've met shit tons of bands and interviewed tons of bands. But
they were
one of the coolest guys I ever met.
It's that Southern hospitality, man. This is Southern. Them guys just got to be cool, man. You can't be from San Antonio, Texas, with that much Texas history and that much cool stuff to see and not be awesome dudes. That's all I got to say.
So how does Colorado feel about your Texas guitar, man?
Oh, well, so I try to basically create a new guitar per year for touring, which I've had a couple through the last couple of years, but always the Texas guitar just plays right, man. So you never know. I might have to make a Colorado guitar to start jamming. I don't know. That's the cool thing about Scream at the Sky. You never know what we're gonna do or what we're gonna play. We always coming up with something to make something look better. You know, like I built that guitar just out of spray paint in my garage, man. I was like, man, this guitar is ugly. It's black. I'm like, I want to spray paint this Texas flag on there. And then it's just become kind of like iconic for the band. So I don't know yet. We actually scheduled our first Colorado as Colorado locals. We've played Colorado many a times, but since me and Bundy are both from here now, we scheduled our first show for September 14th here in Colorado at the Rick House. So it's unannounced yet, but we did just schedule that with some homies up there, and we're here to make some new markets.
I'm gonna miss y'all by 11 days because I'm gonna be there from August 25th to September the 3rd, and I'm gonna fucking be gone.
Once that gets released, man, definitely post that shit to all of our pages, man, or get it to me and I'll put it out there, because what we want to do is we want to, as far as Rock Assault Radio Show, Hellfire Radio, man, we want to support Scream at the Sky. And that was the big thing about coming back, is that, the bands that we're going to support are the bands that are out doing, they're helping themselves. We're going to help people that are helping themselves. We're not going to, we're not going to grab a band and say, okay, we're going to put you on our platform in front of all these people and you're going to do shit for it. We're not going to do that. We're going to support the guys that are out working just like we are.
Absolutely. Like, power to the do-it-yourself bands, power to the people out there putting their heart into it and giving it hell. Some of us just ain't got the pockets like a lot of people do, man. We would love to. We would love to have someone back us or somebody give us hell. And as you were talking earlier about like all these big festivals, you could see us going out there and killing it. I'm telling you right now, you give us any second, any chance in front of that many people and give us that chance, we're going to fucking put it down. Anybody that goes after us, they better bring it, because we're going to fucking go as hard as we fucking could, as fast as we could, and make as many new fans as we can, man. Like, that's the only way we know how to do it. And we would love a chance to play any of these festivals and get out there and show them what we got. And I think that's truly what it's going to take for, Scream at the Sky to go to the next level where we want to be, is to be putting enough in front of enough people that we can actually get known more than what we are, except for the road work that we've already done,
Well, and all that shit will come to fruition later, man. You'll get that break. And if you've never seen Scream at the Sky, I can vouch, just because I sit back and I watch them every night on stage for what, a week we were out, and maybe a little over a week. And bands talk all the time, and Jax, you can attest to this because you've been on the interview side, but bands will come on all the time and they'll tell you, oh, we just love it. We step on the stage and, man, a switch flips and we just do this, but it's still kind of got that choreographed fucking feel. I'm going to tell you something. You see Brian right here, and I want you to remember this interview, because if you go see them live, you're going to see an entirely different person on that stage. He is not the same Brian that's sitting right here. When he's on that stage, he's there to fucking entertain and do a job. And God damn it,
if they ever go to South Carolina, my ass will be there, because, I mean, you've seen me on stage as a completely different persona and the shit that I fucking do. So I could only imagine. And if they come anywhere near South Carolina, I'm going.
Oh, dude, we got to. I mean, we'll get ourselves out to a Scream in the Sky show. Eventually, I'm gonna fucking find myself in a position to where I can step on stage before them and get the crowd all fucking crazy, and then just let them have it. You know what I mean?
That's the goal in life, dude. I look forward to that day that we have a chance to even get in front of enough people to be like, wow, holy shit, these dudes are crazy. And then, like I said, you going out and hyping them up, Big Wheel, it's just gonna be. It'll be like a goal. We'll just have to high five.
It'll be like you said. Whoever goes after it better fucking bring it, because I wouldn't want to play after you guys, not just because of the show and the experience, but because of what you guys do with the crowd. You guys literally wear the fucking crowd out emotionally throughout your set, and that, to me, that's a band that is gonna fucking make it. And whether the record industry, the corporate conglomerate of the fucking record industry, ever buys into it or not, doesn't fucking matter, because you're going to survive anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we're completely different than a lot of bands. We're not like a normal band. Like I know a lot of bands say that, but we're just unique in our own way, and enough that we've gained our own fan base by just organically growing and not being bought or anything like that. And we're happy where we are. Yes, we always have bigger goals than what we've set, but we would love to go higher than what we are, but we're actually comfortable where we are and doing what we're doing and playing shows. And anytime I get to play a show is like a blessing to me. That's my favorite thing to do. I'll tell you this, like 100%. Fuck work. I would rather play a show any day. 100%. I do my share work. I work hard and extremely hard, but playing guitar or getting up there any day, I'll never pass up an opportunity to do that.
And as great of a guitar player as you are, you're also a bad motherfucker when it comes to that bass guitar too.
Yeah, dude, the bass is my number one love, bro.
Jags is a bass player, so yeah.
And I'll always be a bass player at heart. And the only reason that I play guitar and sing for Scream at the Sky is because I was like, I can't ever fail if I'm the singer and I play guitar. I can do acoustic shows. I can do this by myself if I had to. I'm blessed that I have two great dudes in my band that believe in the same vision that I believe in. But I always said, like, dude, if nobody else wants to do it, if I played guitar and sang, then I could be the dude no matter what. I'll go around in a little Prius or a smart car on electric charge if I had to and play acoustic gigs. Scream at the Sky will never die. That's what it was created for. And that's our saying, like, it'll never die. As long as I'm alive and breathing, we're going to go. It's like, go, 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 you know?
So on one of these fucking tours that you go on, you got to build a custom fucking Hellfire Radio guitar. And you got to take it out with you, man. You got to beat the shit out of it at least once. I don't give a fuck if I got to buy a guitar and send a motherfucker to you so you can jazz it up.
I'll play the shit out of any guitar given to me. I've contacted plenty of companies and homies. I'm like, you give me a guitar and it'll hold the tuning, I'll play the shit out of that motherfucker. I'll be making people believe that they should have that guitar because it played so good. I'm gonna play the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, you ain't no shit. So what's the next? We're winding it down here. What's the next? Where can we see Scream at the Sky next? You got the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Yep. And then
what's after that?
September 14th, we'll be here in Denver at the Rick House. And then we're going to be down in, I think, December 6th, I want to say is the exact date. And we're going to be down in Louisiana again, in New Orleans. And we're going to play benefit for St. Jude for a Christmas show. We always like to try to give back to a community or do some kind of toy drive for like I said, we always trying to do something positive because even before I created Scream at the Sky as a band, I said, well, it's going to be like a nonprofit organization or something to make positivity for people or help some people in some way. So we're firm believers in that. So that show is going to be coming up in New Orleans over there. But pretty much we finished out the year. We were super busy in the beginning of this year. We're not closing any door to any opportunity that may come up throughout the rest of the year. But we don't like to tour in the snow too much unless the opportunity is worth it. So we stay. We don't go out. I've toured in the snow many times, and everybody hates it. Everybody's miserable. People's lives are on your hands, and stuff like that because it's snowstorms, and we don't like to do that. But I would hope
where
that
you're at now, you're going to get a lot more snow than where you moved from.
No, I'm prepared for it, but I'm just saying driving around in it in a tour bus or a small van and trailer or something like that, and people are sleeping in the van and all that, man, it's miserable, man. Everybody hates it. So we don't tour much in the wintertime a lot. So after this, we're going to be writing tons of music. I already got tons of music ready that we got to mix and master, and we'll be having a bunch of that stuff out real soon. Like I said, we just dropped the new album. You can go check that out. Stand for Ourselves is available on every platform, every place you can look, buy, stream music. We released 4 badass music videos off of that album. You can go check all those out. YouTube, Scream at the Sky. And I'll tell you this, if there's any site that there's not a Scream at the Sky on it, you contact me personally and I'll make a damn site. Because there's not very many that I can't say that we're not on. I've spent countless hours into the middle of the night, early in the day, making site after site. I've had people contact me like, bro, you're not in like the Encyclopedia Metal from this. I'm like, what? I didn't even know that existed. And then I've submitted applications. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that I didn't know existed. So I've been kicked in the teeth many times with a message. Well, y'all aren't on this side. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make one. Here we are.
Watch this, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man. Final thoughts of the night for me, man. This is the return of Rock and Soul Radio Show is now. It's official. It's happened. Go smash the like button on all the socials, man. Scream at the sky first and foremost. Brian, thank you for coming on here and doing this with me, man. It's nothing but love for you, brother, and I will support you any way that I can, and so will Jags and anybody else that's affiliated. But it's been a long time coming, man. It's been great to be back. Thanks to all of our sponsors out there, man, that have helped us get here. Southern Oasis, Trav's Barbecue, and all that shit, man, that helps us keep this thing going for all you guys. Thanks for all you guys that have stayed with me through the hiatus, man, and welcomed me back. It's been fucking phenomenal. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be back working with Jags, man, and doing big things. And by way of being able to support music and things like that, man. Don't forget to smash the like button on all these pages, man. The Hellfire Radio page, the Hellfire Entertainment Media Group page, the Rock and Soul Radio page, Sound Injection, anything else that we're involved with, man. Go smash the like button, because there's power in numbers, and if we can all come together, then we stand for something versus fall for nothing. And that's my and with that, Jags, what you got, man? Final thought?
Not a damn thing. Fucking go check out Scream at the Sky. I'm so fucking pissed off. I'm going to miss their show by fucking 11 days. That shit's got me pissed off.
We'll see it again soon, but we're a touring machine, and
I'm going to hit you up when I'm in Denver. I'm going to hit you up.
Maybe we'll just get the acoustic out, and I'll give you a private Scream at the Sky acoustic show. That's something else
Well, me and my wife will come meet you. We'll fucking get some shit going.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Brian, final thoughts, man. What do you think? Return to Rock and Soul Radio Show, Scream at the Sky. Help me bring it in, man. Thank you.
I tell you, positivity is the key to success, and a little more positivity in this world that we live in goes a long way. Rock and roll and noise pollution, bud.
Much love, man. Everybody, we are fucking out, man. Thank you.
Later.